All right, let's jump right in. We're going to take a quick trip, just a little way, into the future, to the year 2026. And look, what you're about to hear isn't some far-off sci-fi fantasy. This is the very next fundamental shift in how we deal with money, with shopping, with making decisions themselves. So picture this. It's the middle of the night, you're fast asleep, but your personal AI agent, it is wide awake and working for you. And it's not just browsing, it's acting. Right now, it's haggling with 5 different energy companies just to shave a fraction of a cent off your electricity bill. A minute ago, it canceled your weekly grocery order. Why? Because it found a local farm 2 miles from your house selling fresh strawberries for 20% less. And get this, based on a tiny shift in market sentiment it detected online, it just moved $50 of your money into a new crypto fund. And the wild part? All of this happens 100% automatically. You see, this isn't just another app or a cool new gadget. This is a full-blown revolution, and it has a name, Agentic Commerce. According to the 2026 strategy report, the search volume for this technology has just exploded by 215%. This is not a trend that's on the horizon. It's a tidal wave that's already building, and it's about to completely change how you think about earning and spending money. So what's the big deal? What problem is this actually solving? Well, it all comes down to getting us out of what's called the manual decision trap. I want you to think back just a couple of years. You needed to buy something simple, right? Say a bottle of olive oil. And what did you do? You probably spent 20 minutes scrolling through page after page of search results, comparing prices, reading reviews, only to end up buying the wrong one anyway. That feeling, that sense of being totally overwhelmed by too many choices, yeah, that has a name. It's decision fatigue. And this is the fundamental shift right here. In 2023, you had to search for everything yourself. By 2026, you just delegate the entire task. In this new world, making those choices yourself manually is actually a luxury that costs you money. I mean, why? Because you, a human, simply can't process all that data and act on it as fast as an algorithm. Trying to compare prices yourself is like trying to outrun a car on foot. You're just going to lose. So let's get into what these agents actually are. They're not just another app on your phone. It's better to think of them as your personal, dedicated financial co-pilot. Okay, so here's the textbook definition for you. Agentic commerce is all about using delegated AI agents to automatically carry out complex commercial tasks and transactions for you. The 2 magic words in there are delegated and automatically. You set the destination and the agent does all the flying. Now, this is probably the most important thing to understand. An agent is not a chatbot. A chatbot talks to you. It gives you answers. An agent acts for you. It gets things done. Because they're deeply plugged into big tech ecosystems like Apple Intelligence or Google Gemini. They have direct API access to your bank account and your shipping address. So they don't just suggest a cheaper flight. They go ahead and book it for you. But all this new power creates a brand new invisible battlefield. It's a really high-stakes conflict that's happening in milliseconds, completely behind the scenes on our screens. And you know what? The experts are totally split on how this is going to play out. On one side, you got the optimists, mostly financial analysts. They're saying these agents are going to wipe out impulse buys and save the average family up to 15% on their monthly bills. But on the other side, you have the critics, a lot of marketing experts, and they're warning that big companies are already building what they call agent traps. These are sneaky, sophisticated algorithms designed specifically to manipulate your agent into picking a more expensive product cleverly disguised as the best quality choice. And this quote from that strategy report just hits the nail on the head. It's not about you versus a website anymore. You have to understand this. It is a war of algorithms. Your personal AI agent fighting against the sales agents of the giant corporations. So that sounds a little intense, right? A war of algorithms. So how do you make sure your agent is fighting for you and not for them? How do you survive and, more importantly, thrive in this new world? Well, let's walk through the essential setup. There are 3 absolutely critical steps. First step, wallet permission. You have to set a hard, firm budget limit for your agent. Never, and I mean never, give it full, unrestricted access to all your money. Second is the preference engine. This is where you teach the agent your personal values. You give it hard rules like only buy organic, or never buy from company X, or always prioritize a product's longevity over its initial price. And third, you have to turn on audit mode. This makes your agent give you a simple report once a week explaining why it made the purchases it did. It keeps you in the driver's seat. Okay, now for a really crucial warning. While this stuff works amazingly well for your everyday shopping, the data shows there's a huge gap when it comes to specialized, high-stakes decisions. We're talking about things like real estate investments or complex financial moves. The source data for these agents just isn't good enough yet. In those areas, you have to be extremely careful. When you step back and look at the big picture, agentic commerce really is the end of the consumer as we've known it for the last century. It's a huge shift in our role. We are no longer just passively consuming things. We are actively becoming the managers of our own little economic empires, with AI as our most powerful tool. So, I'm going to leave you with this one final question to think about. It really is the ultimate trade-off between trust and efficiency. Would you be willing to hand over control of your entire salary to an AI if you knew for a fact that it would save you 500 euros every single month? The answer to that question is going to define your place in the economy of 2026.